Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I created Magic and Miracles in order to help people of all walks of life achieve their manifestation goals. True story. All the information from me is below. If you'd like to be in coaching with me, please understand you first need to book a 1 hour session in which we converse and assess the situation. I give you my feedback and the strategy that I would implement in your situation. And if upon conclusion of the said session, we both decide and think it's a good idea to proceed to the coaching full time, you need to book the signature coaching package right away. I recommend 2 to 3 months in this coaching package. It's a very thorough examination of your past. The processing of emotion has to take place for me to be able to help you to quantum leap to your higher golden Buddha status. There's no way around it. Don't look for a quick fix. It simply does not exist. You owe this transformation to yourself. It is overdue. I have people, from all walks of life in my coaching, as I've mentioned, and in some cases, it's been decades upon decades that they've been, quite frankly, just working off of the old system of beliefs, the old programming. You really just belong on a higher timeline with the original blueprint, as I call it. And so if you have any questions as far as that goes, you can email me prior to booking. You do need to sign the coaching agreement by hand and scan it as a document. And send it back to me together with your booking. All right. Now, just a reminder, tomorrow before the live, we have the group coaching in which I will be showing how to write a very powerful magic spell. And what I mean by the magic spell is a really powerful intention. And this I teach because this is how I basically manifest everything. Even though it might not happen according to your plan, meaning on your timetable, it always comes true. And I basically walk you through in 1 hour that we have together how to go about it, the steps. Okay, I give you the mechanics. Now, parenthesis here, this works even better, or I think at its highest level, it does really work when you process your drama, trauma, panorama, right? The things that have held you back up until now, to believe in yourself, to believe in your godly power, to really feel like you're all powerful. But I do show you the mechanics, and it definitely does help. You really have to train your mind to utilize its power, to utilize its intensity. And this is what basically the class will be about. The link is below. Additionally, if you want to take the entirety of the course of the energy work, and basically the magic spell is the energy work, I just had recorded a really, really powerful package called the Signature Energy course. It's a do-it-yourself course. There is no interaction there with me, though. However, you do receive 15 really powerful audios. 2 of them are meditations. The rest are covering all sorts of scenarios, as well as magic spells, in which you can utilize your energy work very successfully, thus getting your way every single time. Again, the link is below, and all the entire curriculum of the course is on my website in the description of the package. And there's also a link if you want to pay in installment. So I'm truly, truly inspired. God, this week was really just bliss upon bliss for me. Just really amazing energy coming through. I don't know what it has been for you guys. But just wanted to share this blissful energy. I don't know if you can feel it. I'm just on cloud 9. There's so many things happening. I can't wait to share them all with you guys, but all in due time. But so we are going to have a live tomorrow. I've said that. I have 2 different topics, and by tonight I'm going to make up my mind which one I'm going to go with. And yes, but we will have a live at 3 p.m. tomorrow. But I'm really inspired to record an audio. And here's the other thing I was going to say, parenthesis here. I have been kind of receiving nudges from my higher self, and I always receive instructions. This is how I live my life from my higher self, from my spiritual squad, to go ahead and record more audios for this channel. This is kind of my inclination now. I know I've created the book club, and the book club stands. Originally, the book club was supposed to be the substitute for my recordings on my channel. And the further kind of I got into it, I decided to morph it into a different package. And what it ultimately is now is the coaching audios. I used to have this package of the coaching audios. It was actually at 550. So it's quite discounted for you guys. There's a plethora of audios right now. It's about 100 audios at this point, basically containing coaching material. All right. So I cannot put them on my channel, but they're available for a subscription, monthly subscription of 200. Starting October 1st, they're going to be at 200. So 3 times per week, you're receiving these audios of coaching material. They'll never see the day of light in that, you know what I mean? They're never going to be on my channel, but I feel inclined is what I was kind of where I was going with this, to record more audios for this channel. This channel is new. I feel people are still getting to know me, and my forte, as you know, is audios. I'm very, I channel my material. I'm a channeler. And so this is how I channel best. It's not necessarily to wait, until my makeup is on and all this fucking jazz. Although I really love looking pretty for you guys. It's not that. So I'm trying to work around, all of that. And I have a couple of ideas. You will see them coming into fruition in the not such a distant future. But so all of this to say, I'm going to start recording more audios. You'll see the shorts. It's not that I don't enjoy making them for you, but I feel, again, my forte is my audios. All right. So the topic of today is 3D chess versus 3D. I just go back to this sentiment over and over again. The more I work with people off of YouTube, and for those who are new, I've been a coach for 10 years now, 10 lovely years, may I say. And the last 3 years I've been on YouTube, I've gotten to know a lot of you, and it's been just 99% of it has been just a joyride. I've been really enjoying this journey, not for nothing. Even with everything, that has happened, I've been truly enjoying, because I love to learn. Okay. But what I also feel is that people really overcomplicate shit, like to such a degree. And not on purpose, but that's just kind of where I come in, right? My work. And so the idea I really want to propose to you, that, manifestation in and of itself, and this is one of the topics that I may choose for tomorrow, is really, really simple. Is really so elegant, so effortless, really just is. I'm very much a believer of do as little as possible, in that don't force it. Let it be alive. Let it come alive. Let it speak to you. Let it be artistry. Let it be inspiration driven. Let it be fun. Right? So if you're not having fun, in other words, if you're stressing yourself out over something, you're living in the stressed out world. And absolutely nothing, creatively speaking, in the sense of creating your reality or any other kind of creatively speaking, will be produced from that kind of thinking. That you have to somehow, this is why I don't work well with people who, really are looking for shortcuts. And not that I've met too many, I've met a couple, for shortcuts and for kind of like easy fixes. It just doesn't exist. What you're doing is you're running from yourself, and I just, for one, am a really honest person, and if I'm taking your money, I'm going to take, tell you the truth. Like you're just putting a band-aid on a huge wound. There's nothing really productive that is happening when somebody hands you an affirmation or some kind of I don't know, even technique, because if you're not understanding how multidimensional you truly are and how effortless this level of 3D is supposed to be for you, like, I don't know, you're wasting your time, in my opinion. So in that sense, investing in yourself and digging a little bit deeper in the direction of the truth, right? How to actually play 3D chess versus paying attention to the 3D and being ever so triggered by it. Like, that's bullshit. You know what I mean? These endless conversations about, 3D not being important. Yeah, it really is not important. And here's why. When you set out to manifest something, all right, first of all, it's not such news to the universe. Like, it's encoded within you what you were going to want, the people you were going to meet. In fact, it's so boring. I could bore you right now by telling everything is kind of predicted, because depending on the parallel reality you'll end up in, that reality is predetermined with a certain kind of outcome. Okay. And if you understand everything that I just said, that you exist on several planes, and 3D is like literally for a 3-year-old to pay attention to. It's a really immature level of operating. I'm sorry to say, okay? Not kind of like bad mouthing anybody, but I just really want you to realize how pedestrian this concept is of the 3D level. Like, that is a non-starter. You understand? You have to always go beyond and get to know your spiritual side, on which level you already know what's going to happen, like 10 times over. You're not 10 steps ahead, you're like lifetimes ahead. You understand? Like, tapping into that knowledge where you're mature enough to realize, when I set out and to accomplish something, when I create a desire within my heart, when I set my heart at something, like, it's accomplished. My level of mastery has to elevate to such a degree where I allow myself to do, again, as little as possible, to make it as effortless as possible, as joyous as possible, whilst learning along the way and upgrading my manifestation skills. Albeit it may not be comfortable, okay? But with everything in mind that I just said, it becomes like, whatever, this is just gym, I'm working out. The level of mastery then becomes such a joyous proposition that, again, you're tapping into answers ahead of time. Like, when it's going to start playing out exactly as you predicted it, or exactly as you intended for it to happen, it will be such old news for you. It will be like, well, duh, of course, like, I already knew that shit. Everybody around you so amazed, like, oh my God, this was a miracle. Okay. You will be like, no, not really. I already knew. Like, it was a miracle for me like a month ago, you could say, when I was like, tapping in and meditating and looking for the answers. But now it's just like blasé, whatever. Now I'm just living out what I already saw. So when you have this attitude, like, when I set out an intention, it's been done. Like, it's been done. You know what I mean? This feeling like of deja vu. Like, oh, I remember this parallel reality. Yeah, I know all about it. When you meditating constantly, and when you not only meditating, but you're allowing yourself to tap into your higher self, the answers, they come in visions, inspirations, signs, inclinations. Certain people show up, certain information becomes available, etc., etc. It builds itself around you. All you really need to do is very little. It's just like, send an email, go there, say yes or say no, whatever, these kinds of situations. So when we're talking about, let's just say, bringing back an SP or having an SP period, it's like, it's not for nothing. It's like, it's a non-starter. You already have this person. What are you talking about? Are you allowing yourself to understand that you already have this person versus arguing for your limitations, how much you don't have them right now? It's like this: the entirety of time before you even made up your mind that you wanted a certain outcome, it was already done. It was already done for you. Okay, you just kind of, it's a very, very effortless life. If you really understand and grasp what I'm telling you, you're just stepping into that reality. How much effort was that? Yes, granted, you have to feel a certain way. There's a certain emotion, frequency. That's the doorway and the pathway to that reality. But did you fucking run around and construct and manipulate and maneuver everybody to be here and for everything to be exactly this way and the flowers? Like, it will blow your mind. Walk down the street. How much orchestration is being done on your behalf? Did you work hard on that? Did you paint the sky? This morning? No. Like, there's so much already preset for you. You just have to show up. All right. And here's the deal, though: the entirety of time you have it. And it's your insistence on really just arguing again for your limitation and saying, but Anna, I don't have it. But Anna, they're with a third party, or there is a third party, or whatever your situation may be right now. Okay, we could talk about it. This is why, I coach people, because I'm ever so interested in the human nature. This selfishly is why I enjoy this work, parenthesis here, just research and endless fascination with people and what works and what doesn't and this, that, and the other. We could talk about it. I'm endlessly for it. However, it's like, I'm here to help, and I'm here to disembark you from this journey of suffering, right? And embark you on the journey of, like, here, feel how it feels to be the authentic version of you, the golden Buddha you. And the golden Buddha you does not engage in these stories. The golden Buddha you knows that even the so-called shitty situation in front of your eyes, the 3D that is a complete liar. It's gonna, listen, the 3D is the 3D. It's the kind of story around it that you're going to allow to be told. And if anything, if it's anything beyond I have what I want, it's a lie. Okay, so you in the shitty situation, you can still know, yes, I know this is happening, but I have what I want. So this over here, this shed show theater over here, is the remnants of whatever, or it's just part of the theater. Like, what, all circumstances have to be totally perfect all the time? It's only a matter of time before your 3D chess level game mentality is going to start being visible. And then again, everybody, in your life or around you will be like, this was a miracle. How did you pull it off? No, it's not a fucking miracle. I just disembarked from one world to another world. And then the new world has new rules. The old world is the story of some kind of a bogus idea that unfortunately stuck with me. I'm speaking for you. Okay. And the story just, it's a regurgitation, but also a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you look at this shitty something as a golden nugget that is trying very hard to help you to get where you want to go, you will understand what 3D chess level mindset is about. If along the way, in other words, okay, I'm going to tell it to you differently. If along the way, your journey, there's certain things that happen that don't appear to be in your favor, understand there still are. They still are. And in each situation, there may be a reason. There may be a very good there's a very, 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 very good reason why it's happening like this and not the other way around. And sometimes it may just be that, you know what, this was necessary for you not only to learn, but maybe get familiar with who you really are. There may be like I said, myriads of reasons. But in each scenario, it's there to help you. If you don't make a big fucking deal about it, like this is the end of the world. Nothing is the end of the world. Are you learning from this experience? Do you understand? At the end of the day, at the end of your life, at the end of all lives, at the end of all of this, the universe is like so in love with you. It's beyond and wants you to grow. You're its child. It loves and fucking adores you, and everything is there to serve you. Can you accept that truth? This will change your mentality, but fucking drastically. Okay, how you process reality, how you explain, what's happening, what kind of deductions are you making from what you perceive. It's kind of like Einstein has a lot of really brilliant quotes, but one that comes to mind right now is that make a decision. I'm paraphrasing. Make a decision. Is this a friendly universe you're living in, or is it not? And that's the deal. And a lot of people just really make decisions against themselves versus, well, this too shall serve me. And I know that there's a very good reason why this is happening. You don't need to tell the universe 500 million times over what it is you want. It heard you the first time. It knows your mind. It knows you intimately. It is you. It's like, do you need to affirm your own name into the mirror to remember who you are? You don't, do you? It's the same thing. You already know your desires. Are you comfortable having your desires? Or do you feel perhaps that, you know what? I just, maybe I don't even feel comfortable accepting that the universe could be so in love with me, that it's always on my side and it's always producing outcomes based on what I requested. Essentially, everything that's happening in your life right now is based on what you are requesting. Yes, even the shit show things. And again, if you come into coaching, we'll decode all that based on your specific situation. But start transmuting your perception in this way, and you will derive the golden nuggets. And most importantly, you will finally understand how, based on this, your manifestation will speed up, because what you're doing is you're not resisting the universe. You're not resisting the way that it's performing for you. Your only job is to be in the flow of things and not judge things as negative. But judge as, oh, that's interesting. That's an experience. Okay, that's a learning experience. What am I learning here about myself? How is this serving me? What kind of investments, as I'm perceiving what I'm perceiving, am I making into my life? Because again, if this is your perception, you will come out a winner every single time. You will come out on top. And in no time, because you're not fighting. You're being like totally effortless. You're going with the flow. And in the inspired moment, which you allow yourself to be in the inspired world, thus, instead of criticizing, forcing, trying hard, criticizing the circumstances, criticizing your SP. You see how much fucking negative energy is going into the other direction? Completely transmute that. Completely go with the flow. I know what I want. The universe knows what I want. It's already done, done, done. All I have to do is trust that right now, right here, what is happening is 100% in my favor. And that decision alone then allows you to be in the inspired, in the endless possibility world. When you're criticizing, when you're judging, you really just, that's it. There's a seal on this reality as a negative one. There's nothing again, positive that could be produced from that. When you open yourself up to be in the inspiration world, things can happen with lightning speed. And such things, because you've made the decision, I am in the inspiration world, everything serves me what's going on. This is for me. This is my experience. This is my reality. Nobody can affect it, but I can, but myself. This is where the magic begins. And then you will understand that every single little thing was so geniusly and masterfully placed there along the way for you to become, and not for nothing, to be ready to be the person who can not only manifest that something, but keep it. But all the elements and all the things along the way were so masterfully and in the most genius and elegant, just mind blowing, incredible magnitude of knowledge and wisdom way was orchestrated for you. You will look back and you'll be like, why the fuck was I complaining for so long? I just needed to relax and let things flow and just take inspired action. That's all I need to do. It's so easy. Anytime you're doing anything else, you're stressing yourself for absolutely fucking nothing. Just you don't have a reason to stress right now. Just contemplate that idea and allow yourself to move quickly. You want to move quickly, you want to receive manifestations quickly. This right here, what I just laid out to you, go back and listen to it from the very beginning, is the art form of the effortless manifestation, of the most genius manifestation, of the most unparalleled manifestation. Because you on this level, you just don't have all the information. So the least that you could do is be a very, kind of like willing participant in the genius plan. Why are you constantly criticizing what the universe is trying to masterfully arrange for you? Let it. Fucking let it. You will never be smarter than the universe in this human body. Don't dream of it. Okay? In that sense, like, come on now. It's not that kind of party. In this human experience, you're given ways to communicate, but you don't have all the information. What you do have is your intuition. And again, through meditation and through connection to your spiritual squad, you can achieve this trust. But this is the way to go. It's the only way to go is high up into the realms of intuition, into the realms of other dimension, receiving downloads, inspiration, trusting your gut, if you want to put it simply. But it goes way, way beyond that. And then when things start turning around based on your decision, I want to live in the world where everything goes my way. Everything goes my way anyway. If you really just sat down and looked at your life, there's things that were orchestrated on your behalf that came out in your favor that you never maybe even thank the universe for, quite frankly, that you kind of took for granted. Pay attention to that. There's a lot of genius orchestration happening on your behalf. And you can certainly derive a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge, as I've mentioned, through paying attention to what that orchestration is. And in your dream state, in your meditations, again, you can become privy to this information. And if you start taking action on it, start trusting this information, you will have literally the secret to this existence, to this human existence. And you will then really understand when I'm trying to find the words to tell you that this is all just a theater game, just a theater play, whatever you want to call it. It's exactly what it is. And so it becomes fun. The challenges, they become the so-called challenges, they become fun. You become the master of learning, of experience, of energy, of becoming this mega magician. And it's just becoming more about the 3D chess versus the bullshit 3D that everybody's so obsessed about. You just have it all figured out at that point. And stressing and worrying and all that shit, you leave that for amateurs to do. All right. Thank you very much for listening. I look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow during my live. Until next time. Ciao, ciao.